This is Dolynny TV, guys. Let's friggin' get some again today. The Toronto Blue Jays franchise mode. Changes needed to be made after last episode, and here is the change I have found for us: an interdivisional trade. This one could come back and haunt us. I feel like I look like crap today, but that is besides the point when you're working hard, making all kinds of money. Either way, we've got Stephen Kellogg, Darren Alfonso, and Tyson Ross being shipped out of Toronto. So the Tyson Ross experiment, as I just lost my trade, beautiful, beautiful, 100%. The Tyson Ross experiment has absolutely blown up and failed in my face here in Toronto. There's Darren Alfonso, beauty of a guy, but never really panned out in our 3 years so far as GM of the Blue Jays. Stephen Kellogg, we're giving up a lot in this kid, but I believe we are getting the value back in a guy in Masahiro Tanaka. Okay, good splitter, good slider, good fastball, good sinker, good cutter, and he's 7-1 on the year, 18 walks, that's it, in 74 innings, 57 strikeouts, a .365 average, but you've seen in the past 2 years he's been dominant. He was dominant in the postseason, so we're hoping that Masahiro Tanaka coming to the Blue Jays helps out. He's an 82. So he is an upgrade over top of Tyson Ross, who currently is playing at a 78 flat. So the trade made. Nobody gave me trade ideas, so this is the trade I'm making. Sounds like a good deal. The Yankees will accept it. And there you go. You've got yourself Masahiro Tanaka, who's now in the rotation, ready to go. He's not happy, but he needs to change things here to make us a contender. Damian Hollis and Mike Folty. Folty will stay the 4th starter for now. But guys, without further ado, we do have the first year player draft coming up. I'm not going to make any more changes until we're through that and we see what we have with the prospects coming up, because we've got some good ones in the draft, i.e. the guy that also is going to be making his MLB debut right away here, Herman McGowan. I mean, I might send him down if he struggles, and then we'll have the bullpen and call up a bench player. But we sent down Aaron Loup to AAA, who will now be filling in as the closer in AAA for you. Okay, there you go. See, swap out. Aaron Loup gets some time in a big situation. And we also do have to call up a starter to AAA, and that will be Andres Machado, who will be making the call up to AAA. So there we go. Great news. Just got word. Well, Andres Machado up to move to AAA here. Get him up there, and then you got to get Pentecast into the starting rotation in AA, and you get Machado there. We are gold. We are good. We are ready to roll. Carlton Blankenship, pardon me, that's a tough one to pronounce. We are going to move him to the starting role. He is coming in hot. He will be in the MLB next year, 100%, 19 years old. Needs his stats to improve a little bit though. So we'll just simulate one day at a time until we get to the first year player draft. Right there, we end up losing against the Seattle Mariners. As long as those auto fixes didn't do anything to my rotation, I am good right there. And right there, we keep everything going, so we are good. Also, some lineup changes I did make. I chose Anthony Rendon and Charlie Blackmon to switch them around. Dalton Pompey gets to stay up in the leadoff role. And then you got Yangervis Solarte. The right-hand lineup stays pretty much the same. Move around Grichuk and Smoke right there, make one last adjustment. But now it's Blackmon, Healy, Rendon, Travis, Smoke. We're going to see what that does. I think top 5 is a solid top 5. So we are first facing Lucas Giotto, who's had a terrible year against Madison Bumgarner, and then we should be getting into the first year player draft. Teoscar Hernandez is no longer injured. Let's friggin' go right there. That is huge. That is a massive addition to our lineup. Yes, Dalton Pompey is doing good, and he will get to stay up here, but Teoscar coming back in, he is going to be happier than crap to be playing every day once again for us. Man, I am happy to have Teoscar back. That's huge. That is huge. He's batting 3 homers, 242 batting average, but he's a power guy as opposed to Dalton Pompey, and he should be good to roll for us. Teoscar Hernandez back in the leadoff role, which means I'm actually going to send down Dwight Smith Jr. this time. See what that does for him into AAA. Dwight Smith Jr., 27 years old. Move him down to AAA and see if he can get it going down there because Dalton Pompey, 2 homers, 6 RBIs, a .322 batting average, and 90 at-bats. I respect him all the way. 4-1 win. And Robert Tracy is no longer injured, our star catcher down there in Double-A. And we get a 5-3 loss. That's okay. We'll go to the draft. We are not drafting until 22, so we're gonna lose a good chance at some prospects here, but we're gonna see what we can end up going. There's all the 80 potentials. Everybody's hitting except for, looks like a very deep draft. Looks like a very, very deep draft. So we wanna sort this here and sort column. 80 potential, what do we got? Anyone that's really accurate? I'm not seeing much of anything, but we'll sort through. 80, so we've got a couple of accuracy type guys. Everybody's kind of that guy out. International Billy Allswede. Could be good, 21 years old. Could be a huge prospect for us. Let's see the player card. Accuracy, not bad. About a 70 overall, 80 potential. Could take him. That's one Billy Allswede. And then anyone not looking for any of those guys. 19 years old, nothing there. 75 potential, nothing there. 65 high potential, not taking that. Accuracy 2024, that's ugly. Second base, Charlie Miller though. We could get him at third base. That would not be bad. He's 45 overall though. Don't want to risk that. That is for sure. And I mean, Manuel Garva, not really a good pickup either. 80 overall. And then you've got in center field Joaquin Lopez, who's a 60 overall. Well, his speed is, where's his speed? 70-70, I'd take that. And his power's 35. It's doable. So I would get Joaquin Lopez or else Billy Allswede, and I think I'm gonna take my chances. I mean, what's this Mark Friedrich though? Oh, he looks hot, but not as good accuracy. So if he's still available, keep him in mind. But we're gonna go with Joaquin Lopez here. And that'll be our first draft. There's compensation rounds. And now we get into draft pick number 2. And Billy Allswede's still on the board. So we got a chance at him. In right field, who do we have? Mark Friedrich. I want this kid. I want him. I'm going to let him go one more round. And we're going to take Billy Allswede. See if he does anything for us here. I think he could be a very, very good pickup if he works out competitive round. Bonus B. All right, into round number 3 now. And let's go see if my kid's still there. He is, so all right. Round 3, I get a pick. Somebody I want to pick. And we'll see what he does coming out of the West region, see if he comes up and gets us clutch. I'd like to see 290 overalls in this draft. Kind of drafting blind again, didn't do my research, but we've got a little bit more idea of what we're looking for this year, right? That's the bigger part. And this kid, no real shot in the dark guys. Theodore Shepard, decent guy, but old. John Stever, there's a reason he hasn't been taken yet. So I'm gonna go take a guy just off the board, a random guy off the board here who's not looking to be too hot. And I think, I don't want a relief pitcher. Randall Malone, he's another outfielder. There's only outfielders available. It's risky, it's really risky, so I'm gonna run the risk with somebody here that looks good. We could run the risk with this Scott Wilcox. Let's see, good power, good contact. You know what? We're gonna run the risk with him, see if he ends up being anything. Then we're gonna take that right fielder Seaver kid and see if he works out for us, because he looks to be pretty damn good as well. Right field, nothing there, Damian Bauer. So we don't have any real choices. Theodore Shepard, not looking like a good pickup. So I'm gonna go with a kid who has some potential here. 2022, right around there, a good relief pitcher. It's 2 years out. Luis Cordero right away. I don't know. 22 years old or 19. I think he's going to be a big fat miss. Don't want to. You know what? Let's take this Luis Cordero. 80 potential. This one's going to bite me. That one's the one that bites me right there. Once you get into round 5, it's always a crapshoot, boys. So I'm just kind of taking off my best guess. And let's see. Can I sort column here by youngest? And is there anyone left? Marco Te. Tejera could be good. Anyone really young? Ooh, there's not a lot left on the board here. Marco Tejera, we will take him just as an absolute risk. These last couple of rounds, just risky. And we'll advance on from the first year player draft, and I think that was a crapshoot. Critical situation, Chicago up 1-0. Charlie Blackmon at the dish, Alcides Escobar in there, and the White Sox defeat us. Let's go see that draft. 81, 81, 90. Marco Tejera, an A potential, 90 overall potential. Wow, okay. That is unreal. The crapshoot luckiest pickup I've ever seen, Marco Tejera, and then you got Luis Cordero, who's going to be a 74. Scott Wilcox, who's already at first base, an absolute monster coming in next year. And then you've got Mark Friedrich, who's got good potential as a center fielder. He could be a very huge pickup on the bench. Billy Allswede, 65 overall, 21 years old, looks to be good. And Joaquin Lopez, good contact, poor power, good vision, good discipline, good clutch, and very good speed. Hello, fam. As we get going here on this draft, it's a good one. I think I just screwed with her pretty good. So Teoscar Hernandez back in action, boys. The draft is underway. We'll finish this series against Kansas, and then we will tune on out for the day. And there's a couple of wins, 7-4, 7-1. One last look at the lineup, the pitching rotation, see what anyone's doing here. And the pitching rotation, Mad Bum being Mad Bum again finally. Aaron Sanchez, 396. Masahiro Tanaka, how about that? 333 average, 62 strikeouts, a 115 whip, 7-1. He's come in and pitched 7 innings. He's been a beauty. And everybody below 5 ERAs again. Finally, we are starting to turn the corner of the bullpen. Struggling a little bit here. Will Harris, Sungwon Oh, Herman McGowan in 2 innings has given up a run. And then Danny Barnes, 309. Claudio, 322. Roberto Osuna, he's having a struggle this year. But how about that? 20 saves once again. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into this extended version of the Toronto Blue Jays franchise mode here on Dolynny TV, the draft edition. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If not, leave a like. I am Oda here. I will catch you in the next one.